Ever studied those two icons, wondering which one to dive into first? Maybe Adobe Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator? You're not alone. But here's the thing, choosing the right one from the start can save you hours of frustration and get your design faster. So stick around, because in the next 5 minutes I'm going to break down exactly which program you should learn first based on your goals. So here we go. Okay, let's start with Illustrator. Think of it as a master of vector graphics. What does that mean? Basically, it's perfect for creating things you need to scale up or down without losing quality. Logos, icons, illustration, anything for paint. See this sharp logo? That's Illustrator, the pen tool. Yeah, you'll become best friends. If your goal is blending logos or cleaning illustration, Illustrator is your starting point. Now Photoshop. This is the king of raster graphics. Raster graphics. Think photos, digital paintings, anything with pixels. It's incredible for retouching, color correction, and creating stunning visuals. See this amazing photo editing? That's Photoshop. If you are into photography, digital art, or manipulating images, this is your playground. Okay, so now let us dive into side-by-side comparison between Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. We are going to compare in different areas like scalability, input use, file size, output use, effects and filters, pen tool, file formats, integration, and print versus digital. Let us start with image type. Adobe Photoshop image type is pixel-based image. That's why we said Adobe Photoshop is the master of raster graphics. So its image is pixel-based. Whereas Adobe Illustrator, it is vector-based images. Its images has a mathematical paths and shapes. In scalability, Adobe Photoshop has a limited scalability. Image created inside Adobe Photoshop may lose quality when resized. Whereas in Adobe Illustrator, it has infinite scalability. You can scale it up without losing quality. Input use, or best for. Adobe Photoshop is the best for photo editing, digital painting, and web graphics. Whereas Adobe Illustrator is best for logo designing, branding, and illustration. File size. Adobe Photoshop has a typical larger file size due to pixel data. Pixel data contain larger file size as compared to the vector data inside Adobe Illustrator. The image created inside Adobe Illustrator has generally smaller file size because vector data has lightweight than pixel data. Output use. Adobe Photoshop is best for screen, meaning digital use, and photo-related projects, whereas Adobe Illustrator is best for print and scalable graphics like logos, as we have said before. Effects and filters. Adobe Photoshop has extensive filters for photo manipulation. Inside Adobe Photoshop, you're gonna find so many filters because it is used for photo manipulation. So inside Adobe Illustrator, we have limited filters, but we have robust vector effects. File formats. File created inside Adobe Photoshop have the Photoshop document JPEG, PNG, GIF, or TFF format, whereas images or file created inside Adobe Illustrator mostly are Adobe Illustrator document, that is AI, EPS, SVG or scalable vector graphics, and PDF. Integration. Adobe Photoshop works well with digital artists and photographers. So if your dream is to become a digital artist or a photographer, then Adobe Photoshop is your playground. Whereas Adobe Illustrator works for graphic designers and illustrators. So if your goal is to become a graphic designer, to be making or designing logos, branding, and illustration, then Adobe Illustrator is your champion. So which one wins? Well, it depends on you. Let us break it down. If you're interested in crisping logos and scalable graphics, then Adobe Illustrator is your champion. But if you're all about photos and detailed image editing, then Photoshop is your tool. Ultimately, learning both is ideal, but start with the one that aligns with your passion. So what's going to be Adobe Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator? Let me know in the comments below, and if you're ready to dive in, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my upcoming tutorial. Let's get you designing.